Hey everybody, so I'm back again with another recap of 90 Day Fiance. We are in episode 9. I'm starting to see the light at the end of this long, dark, crazy tunnel that we're in with 90 Day Fiance. I'm so glad that we only have one more episode and then the tell-all after this because I'm really tired. I'm tired of these people. I'm tired of the season. I'm tired of their drama. I love recapping it and I love editing these videos and I love making humor out of this, but it's like their drama's not fun to me. So I'm ready for it all to be over. We're getting to the end, guys. If you're still watching me talk on and on about how tired I am, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and also like and share with somebody who loves 90 Day Fiance just as much as we do over here in the Trash-tastic community. Let's get into the recap. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with Steven and Olga. So this week, Steven is still trying to get baby Richie his U.S. passport, his U.S. citizenship, which we saw last week. The lawyer told him that it was going to be pretty easy to do. Olga's K-1 visa is probably going to take longer just because they're not really doing K-1 visas for real like that because of all the tensions between the U.S. and Russia. And so Steven, basically this entire episode is hell-bent on taking baby Richie from his mother to take him home with him to the United States because he just says, hey, you know, your visa is not going to get here in time. I don't want my baby to grow up in Russia. I think that he needs to have a life in America. I think I can give him a better life in America. And so when I leave Russia, I'm going to take him home with me. That's basically Steven's plan. He has divulged this plan to Olga now. So last week we were seeing that he was kind of still hiding it. But now that they have gone to the embassy, baby Richie has his passport and he can take him home. He's basically told Olga now, kind of nervously, but he did tell her that that is his plan, is to take him home with him. Olga is visibly upset. And here's the thing about Olga. She's visibly upset, but I feel like she's not the personality type to just tell Steven what it is and ain't gonna be and let that be it. I feel like she's very, very passive. I can tell that she's resisting. She does not want him to take her baby. She even broke down in their interview and started crying because she just couldn't articulate how much she did not want this to happen. It was like she was trying to tell him, he was talking over her. Steven's personality is a lot stronger than Olga's, and so it makes it hard for Olga to have a voice when they're having a conversation. Steven bulldozes over her opinions, over her thoughts. He does not give her room to really get her thoughts out, and he doesn't really listen to what she's saying. He just wants to rebut with his opinion and let that be it. Olga is very soft-spoken, very sweet, and Steven basically bulldozed over her the entire time they were talking. She was trying to explain to him that the baby needs to be here with me. I'm his mom. Like, what? And he was like, no, I don't want my baby to grow up here. I don't want my baby to be Russian. I want my baby to be American. And my thing about this is, Steven, your baby is half Russian. Like, his mother is Russian. You know, if you wanted to have a blue-blooded American baby, then you should have had sex and got pregnant a blue-blooded American girl. Okay? Let's just call a spade a spade. All right? You laid down with a girl from another country. You know the risks of having sex. So I don't want to hear now after the fact, I don't want my baby to grow up over there. Well, you knew she was from there when you laid down with her. If that's the case, don't talk to nobody from another country, because that is the possibility of what can happen when you have sex with people who she told you she was only there for 2 months. I mean, I get it. You get caught up. He fell in love or he fell in lust. It was puppy love. It was a summer romance. I get that. Okay. I get people make mistakes and they slip up. But to me, the way to rectify this is not to take a baby from its mother. And I was reading some comments under my last video, some things on Twitter, and some men and some women, I guess. I don't honestly know. Some accounts it's hard to tell if it's a man or a woman. Some people out there were saying that Steven has just as much right to his baby as Olga does. He's the father, and you know, it's just as wrong for him to come home to America and be without his son as it is for him to take the baby from Olga. In other words, they both have the equal amount of rights to raise their son, and he could be a single father just as well as Olga could be a single mother. I completely disagree with that. I'm sorry to all the fathers out there, and no offense to anybody, any man who is raising their kids. If you are a man and the mother was unfit, the mother was mentally disabled, the mother passed away, the mother just said, I don't want this, and gave up, and you took on the responsibility of being a single father, and you're raising your kids and you're doing the dang thing, kudos to you, sirs. Like, amazing. But my ideology on this is that unless the mother is financially unfit, mentally unstable or mentally disabled, or on some type of drug, like she is a straight up crackhead, meth head, popping pills and alcoholic to where she is, her mental state is altered on a daily basis to where she cannot care for her children, I don't think that when it comes down to mother versus father, that the mother should not have her newborn child, especially who is still nursing. And I saw some people who were saying, well, he can give the baby formula. Okay, Olga might not want formula for her baby. Like, does she have to give up her raising plan because this man wants to be with his child? Like, I think the baby should be with the mother, period. Like, Olga is completely fit and capable of taking care of this baby. Yes, she has a small apartment. Yes, she doesn't have much. But from what I've seen, from what they showed on this show, that girl is taking care of that baby. And I don't think that there is any reason whatsoever that the baby should be taken to America as if she can't give it a good life in Russia. Baby Richie seems totally fine to me. Where they are in Russia, I mean, shoot, you Steven's acting as if the baby's in a war zone or something, like it's bombs going off. Like, they're not in Afghanistan. Okay, I know Russia, people think Russia is like this mysterious country. He has food, he has somewhere to live, he has a mother who loves him and is caring for him. And I don't want to deny Steven's parental rights as a father. I'm not denying that. I'm saying he needs to wait until her K-1 visa is approved and both her and baby Richie can move to the United States and they can be together. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be able to see his son. She should just keep the baby away from him. No, it's the nature of the beast. The beast is that you got a girl pregnant from another country, and at the end of the day, baby stays with mom until mom can move to you, and that's it. Like, I don't understand why this is such a difficult concept or why this seems so controversial as if somebody's taking something from Steven. No. Nobody's taking anything from him. He just needs to be patient and let the process do what the process does. I'm sorry that it's going to take longer for you than for somebody else, but that's how the cards fell. I mean, that's life. Like, we're not going to always get things to work out the way we absolutely want them to. And it's not as if him waiting a few months or even a year, the first year of his life, is going to jeopardize his relationship with his son. Baby Richie won't even really remember that time that he was without him. I don't think baby Richie's going to be like, you weren't with me for the first year of my life, I resent you, Dad. If she moves to America later, it doesn't make sense. Nobody said a word when Kalani kept baby Oliver in America. Why? Because the baby lived with his mom. Like, Kalani got pregnant. Asuelu did not demand when Kalani took baby Oliver to go visit him in Samoa. Did he try to keep baby Oliver in Samoa with him? No, of course not. He knew that the baby needed to be with his mom. He stayed with his mom until Asuelu could come over. And now Asuelu is building a relationship with his son. Yes, he missed the first 6 months of his life, but you know what? He's making up for it because he's there now. He's still going to be there in his son's life, and I don't understand why Steven can't just do the same thing. Yeah, you're going to miss some time. Like, yeah, you're going to miss the first few months of your son's life. You're going to miss maybe the first year as this process plays out, and I'm sorry for that. I hate that for you, and yes, it's going to be hard for you because I know you want to be with your son. But like I said, that's the nature of the situation. Nobody is trying to say that Steven doesn't deserve to be with his son. There's nobody saying that. We're saying that the best thing for this baby is to be with his mother. That's it. Like, that's it. Like, the baby needs to be with his mother, just like baby Oliver stayed with Kalani. Is it just because it's America? Like, because Kalani, the mother, was American, nobody's questioning the fact that Kalani kept the baby because she was in America and America's better. Like, I don't get that whole America's better. Like, America is not better, okay? Unless someone is in a third world war-torn country, there are plenty of other countries that people live stable, amazing lives just fine. There's nothing wrong. The air is clear. They have stores and food and vehicles and schools and all kinds of things where people grow up and live happy, healthy lives. Stop acting like America is the end-all be-all for a happy life. You can be happy in Switzerland, in Germany, in Spain, in South America, in Mexico, in Canada, in Africa. You can be happy anywhere. I hate how Americans have this mentality as if America is the only place people can succeed and have a happy, healthy life. Like, if they're not in America, they're somehow missing out on something. We foolish over here too. Okay, we have poverty, crime, drugs, just like everywhere else. And there are still people who manage to make it. And they can do it over there too. Like, baby Richie will be just fine in Russia for the first couple years. Even if it was 2 years. Even if he was 2 years old before he came to America, before her K-1 visa got approved. But did he die? Like, no, like, the baby's gonna be fine. Olga's perfectly capable of raising that baby by herself. And I don't think it's taking anything away from Steven. It's just Olga's going to be the better parent for him while he's so small. And Steven didn't even have a clue about what was going on. Like, Olga might not want her baby to be drinking formula. So now her baby got to be formula fed because he wants to take his baby away from the mother. That might not have been in her plan for her child. Like, no, he cannot take this baby. The baby needs to stay with its mother until both of them can come over. And honestly, if I were in Olga's position, my baby would not get an American passport. I would have said a strong no to my baby as an infant getting a passport without me having my K-1 visa. There is no way. Because to me, I'm like, why does my baby need a passport if I can't go to America anyway? Well, guess what? When my K-1 visa gets approved, then we'll go to the embassy and we'll get my baby his passport and we will both come to America. I wouldn't have let the baby get his passport because to me, like, he's not coming unless he's with me. But that's basically my thoughts on Steven and Olga. Let's move on to the next couple. Okay, so I'm going to quickly breeze through a couple boring couples, which is Ashley and Jay, Fernanda and Jonathan, because we don't have time to talk about them, whatever. Ashley and Jay left off on the cliffhanger last week with Natalie banging on the door to tell Ashley not to marry Jay again. Honestly, y'all, I really do not care. The only thing that was like redeeming out of that whole scene was Ashley riding off on that scooter and everybody was like sharing memes. That was actually really funny. She just looked awkward. That whole scene seemed fake to me. I don't even want to talk about it really, but you know, Natalie's still on the whole Jay's gonna cheat on Ashley. She don't want them to get married, whatever. They're getting married. They go to Vegas. They have a conversation outside the pool, laying in the sun about sex in a marriage. And Ashley basically confirmed what I said 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, however long ago I said it, when I said that she was faking that whole having sex 3 times a day. Remember in episode 2 when she said they had sex 3 times a day and she was acting like it was all cute and fun because she was lying. She was trying to make it seem like I'm the fun, sexy girl and my man wants it so much and I'm down like that and I'm a girl who's going to give it to him whenever he wants it. And I was like, no 31-year-old woman wants to have sex 3 times a day. They don't. Okay. No. Unless she's a sex addict or something. No. That's not normal and that's not healthy. And basically Ashley confirmed that. And I knew that wasn't her thoughts. I knew that she was putting that on to please Jay. And that's exactly what she was doing. She finally admitted it and said that that's not healthy. Sex is an important part of marriage, but it's not everything. And I think she's starting to get nervous that she's not going to be able to keep Jay satisfied because he's 20 years old. And she's a little shook that his sex drive is so high. And she's like, my sex drive is a little higher than my friends who are my age, but it's still not up to par with the 20-year-old because apparently Jay wants it all the time, which is understandable. But honestly, even no matter how old he is, he's going to have to learn self-control at some point because you're not going to be able to get it in a healthy way all the time. So you just got to learn to control your body. Oh, she did mention that if he cheated on her, she would cut his thing off. And, you know, Jay looked a little nervous. I think Jay's already cheating on Ashley, to be perfectly honest. But like I said before, I really don't care about this couple. I mean, I wish them the best. I don't wish any bad on them. But I don't really care about their story anymore. It's just kind of whatever. You know, he's probably going to cheat on her. He probably already is cheating on her. That's why he looked so nervous when she said, if you cheat, I'm going to cut your dick off. That was was basically it for Jay and Ashley. Ashley confirmed what I thought, which was she does not want sex 3 times a day, honey. That cooch is going to be worn out. Get her a warm washcloth, honey. Get her some coconut oil to massage it in, because that thing is going to be worn out and raw, and just, ooh, help her. Let's move on to the next couple. Okay, so next is Jonathan and Fernanda. I did not understand this entire segment, so I'm going to breeze right through it. Jonathan went out for a drink with one of his friends. Fernanda was blowing his phone up. He ignored all the calls and texts. Then the next day, somehow they didn't talk about it that night. They saved it for the next day so that they could film them argue. That's basically what happened, because they would have discussed that night. If she was that mad about him not answering his phone, there is no way that it would have made it to the next day after he gets home from work for them to have a fight about it. She would have discussed it right then when he got home. But apparently their filming was done for the day, so they had to save that fight until the next day. So Jonathan gets home from work. Fernanda is fake walking around the house trying to find something to do, act like she's pouting. She's mad because she's alone and she has nobody, and he was supposed to be home 45 minutes ago. He didn't answer the phone. My thing is, one, just answer the phone. If you told her you're going to be home at 8 and it's 8:45 and she's calling you, just answer and say, hey, I'm still at the bar. You know, it's that simple. Like, I'm still at the bar getting a drink. I'm about to leave in 10 minutes. I'll be home in a minute. That's it. But no, he chose to ignore her calls. So now she's freaking out. She's 12, so she don't know what happened to him. Now she mad. The fight went too far, because it was like she was mad, but it was like then she started packing her stuff and acting like she was gonna leave. Her argument didn't make sense. Jonathan named all the things that he's done for her, and for her to be mad at him overnight. I totally agree. I agree with Jonathan, honestly. Jonathan has bought her boobs, sent her to school, bought her a car, paid for an apartment. This man has given her so much that, I mean, and not to say that she can't complain or she can't want more for herself or she can't want him to respect her. I'm not saying that. But at the same time, I don't think this was the argument to have with him. I don't think this was a valid argument. She had no leg to stand on. She just wanted to cry and be mad and pack her stuff. I think it was fake drama. She called her dad and lied and said Jonathan was trying to use the stuff that he's bought against her. It was a manipulation. It was a lie. It was a stretch and a reach at best. And I was not on Fernanda's side. It was a stupid fight. I felt like it was just unnecessary. I feel like it was unnecessary drama to make their storyline seem more interesting than it actually is, because their storyline is boring as hell. That's basically it for them. Let's move on to the next couple. Next is Colt and Larissa. So this episode with Colt and Larissa was kind of boring too. The main thing here was they went out to lunch with their friends. Here's what I don't understand. Colt drives an old beat up car with no air conditioning. Why did the friends meet at his house to ride with him to the restaurant? I'm not getting in nobody's car. I don't care how good of friends we are. If I know you don't have air, I'm not riding with you. I will meet you there, sir. You and your hoopty can ride to the restaurant. I'll see you when we get there. Get in the car and ride. Larissa is hot and irritated already. But I thought that she would be more mad that the air is not working, because she grabbed her little piece of paper and started fanning herself. But no, she's mad because Colt did not compliment her on her makeup, her hair, her outfit, and her looks. She says that she spent 2 hours getting ready and that Colt did not compliment her makeup or say anything about how nice she looked. And she's like mad enough that they couldn't even go in the restaurant. I mean, they're literally standing outside the restaurant arguing. The friends are standing there. First of all, if I was that couple, the friend couple, I would have went inside that restaurant and been like, we gonna get a table. Y'all can come in whenever. Like, can we go eat? Like, can we go eat? Y'all can argue about this at home. I'm about to go eat. Second, Larissa and Colt's fight seemed a little bit staged to me. Something about their arguments on camera always seems staged. It's something about the way they smile. They're like almost holding back laughter. It just doesn't seem real. Now, I saw in the comments that some of you were saying that you believe Larissa, or that you like Larissa. You think that Larissa's telling the truth about Debbie. You think that Larissa's telling the truth about Colt and everything. And here's my thing. Larissa might be telling the truth. Like, Colt might be a dirty, low-down dog. Debbie might be a conniving witch. Yes. But Larissa acts so crazy to me that it's like it cancels out anything she says. Like, anything she says, I'm like, I don't know if I believe you, because you're so irrational. Like, she's not rational. She doesn't do things in a rational, like if she was rational and like, I don't know, like I almost kind of believe, I don't know. I don't want to make it seem like I'm like bashing her, because I felt like Colt did not defend her and then basically scolded her like a child and told her she needed to change her behavior, but she kind of does. Like, y'all say y'all love her, whatever. I don't really feel one way or the other toward her. I don't really like her or dislike her. I feel like she's off mentally. I feel like the girl is nuts. If you want him to compliment your looks, how about you ask him, how did I look when you walk out? Like when you spend 2 hours getting ready and you come out of the bathroom and you notice he hasn't said anything, why don't you just give him a little prompt? Sometimes men need a little hint. They need a little help sometimes, okay? They don't know everything. They don't know you always want a compliment, okay? He didn't know. So how about you just say, how do I look, baby? And then he'll be like, oh, you look beautiful, amazing. Oh, do you like my makeup? I did some new stuff. Oh, yes, honey, you look great. Like, just give him a little hint. Give him something to go on. He don't know what you're talking about. Like, I mean, yeah, some men might shower you with compliments, but really, like, I've never dated a man that was just I mean, maybe like oh, you look pretty. I guess, yeah. But if he didn't, it's like, I'm not going to be mad to the point where I can't even go inside the restaurant. Larissa is irrational. This is my point. Larissa is irrational. You know, her and Colt's relationship is weird to me. This man has whole boobs, hips. She says she loves him and always be wanting to talk about sex, and it's gross and they're gross and she's nuts and I don't know what to do. I'm tired. I'm just tired of them. Their relationship don't make sense to me. Nothing on this show makes sense. Y'all see how frustrated I am? Don't nothing on this show make sense, y'all. What is Colt and Larissa? What are they? What is this? I don't even know where this recap is going. But Larissa is unhinged. The screws are loose. They're gone. Okay? I don't understand them. I really don't. I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know what TLC is trying to pull. I don't understand it. That's it for them. I don't have nothing else to say. Let's move on to the next couple. It's Eric and Leida. This week, Leida confirmed everybody's thoughts of her, that she's awful. She's just being more awful. I mean, she is packing up Tasha's room because Tasha finally left last week. I was really upset when Tasha left. I really wanted Tasha to stand her ground, to stand up to Leida and make a point to not leave, just to show Leida that she can't throw her weight around and get her way all the time. If it were me, I would still be in there. I would not have left, but Tasha was just overwhelmed. She was over it. I think she was hurt that her dad took his new girlfriend's side and her family over his blood. And she just packed up her stuff and she left. You know, she packed up what she could and she left. There's still stuff in the room. So Leida has packed up the room. Her and Eric have made up, you know, I just hate them. I hate them so much. I feel like they deserve each other. I just hate them. I hate Eric for kicking his daughter out. I hate Leida for asking him to kick his daughter out. I know that, you know, maybe divorce, you know, protocol is different in Indonesia. Maybe you don't pay child support. Maybe having the stepkids and stuff is different. That's all fine and good. But to me, if Tasha's name is on the lease, there's nothing that Leida can do. Eric went to go get some kind of raggedy haircut. I don't know what that man was doing to his head. He went to go get them little hairs cut, them little thin hairs. And he took his dad, which his dad was an actually nice looking older man. I was shocked. Eric and his dad looked literally the same age. I was like, how dad aged so well and you look like, oh, like you've been up since you were born. Like you hadn't had no sleep in your entire life. Like you've been up since 1952. I could tell that Eric's dad was kind of upset that he had thrown Tasha out on the street. He was not here for it. He was trying to say it in a nice way, but you could tell he didn't agree with it, and nobody else does either. I don't know. So Leida went to go talk to Tanya, Eric's ex-wife. Tanya, what's going on in Wisconsin? Because Tanya looked like a stud lesbian from the waist down, and then looked like she was going to work at her job at Social Security from the waist up. Like a semi-dressy shirt, but then like cargo shorts, and then like hiking shoes. Like they looked like Chacos or Merrells. Her outfit perplexed me. Tanya is an odd woman, and I still think that her and Eric need to get back together. They are an odd couple, and they're probably kind of perfect for each other. But basically, Tanya was trying to drop some knowledge on Leida about treating her kids wrong, and Leida really wasn't hearing it. Leida was hearing none of what Tanya was saying. Tanya told her that they didn't want to go to the wedding. Leida did not care. She was like, well, you know, if they don't want to come to the wedding, then that's fine. They don't have to come to the wedding. I mean, they can come, but if they don't want to come, I'm not going to cry. Leida is awful. I don't know what it is about her that Eric wants so bad. Like, I don't get it. I do not understand them. I don't understand this couple either. Her and Eric and Colt and Larissa are the two couples that confuse me the most. All the other couples kind of make sense. Like I kind of get why they're together. Like, okay, y'all make sense. I see how this happened. Those two couples, I don't understand how it happened. I don't understand. I don't know why they're together. I don't understand how they love each other. And I really don't understand how they're ever physically like together. Like they actually take each other's clothes off and look at each other naked. And I don't understand that. For Eric and Leida, let's move on to the next couple. This couple is Kalani and Asuelu. So this episode, Kalani dropped the big bomb on us and her mama that she's pregnant again. Now, my thoughts on Kalani being pregnant, just in general on Kalani being pregnant. I really don't think it's that big of a deal. Kalani being pregnant is not a big deal. Kalani's family has been helping her with baby Oliver. She has had, you know, she's not self-sufficient at all. Kalani lived with her sister, and then now she's living in her parents' house with her brother. Kalani is not like a fully grown woman. So the fact that she's having another baby, it's like your family's going to step in and help you. I really don't think it's that big of a deal. I know you didn't want the baby right now. It's bad timing, but you're having it. If it were me, I would be like, you know, I'd chalk it up to the game and be like, I oopsed up. No big deal. Kalani is trying to blame Asuelu, yes, the 11-year-old, for getting her pregnant. She said several times this episode, he got me pregnant. Here's my ideology on this, and several of you may disagree, but it's my thoughts, okay? Women are the only thing that stands between them being pregnant and them not being pregnant. In my personal opinion, it is not a man's responsibility to get or not get you pregnant. If a woman becomes pregnant, I know it takes two. I know it takes two people. I get that. I know it takes a sperm and an egg. It takes a man and a woman. I get that. But if a woman gets pregnant, at the end of the day, I know I'm going to get so much. I know y'all about to jump in my comments. Oh, I know y'all about to jump in my comments. At the end of the day, if a woman gets pregnant, it's her fault. I already know y'all about to jump in these comments. Let me keep going. Let me keep going. Okay. I just know. I just feel the hate. I feel it coming. At the end of the day, if a woman gets pregnant, it's her fault. I'm sorry. It's her fault. Like, who you gonna blame? Sis, we are the gatekeepers. Okay, men, once we are naked and they are in there. Okay, they're in there. They in there. It's in. Okay. A man, most of the time, or some of the, I know all y'all gonna jump in there and say my pull-out game strong. Okay, I get your pull-out game, whatever. Most of the time, they're not thinking about preventing a pregnancy, stopping. So it is our response. It is my body that has to carry this baby for 9 months. It is my body that has to risk my health to deliver this baby. Like women die giving birth. It's a serious thing. Like, I know women do it every day, and I know people get pregnant all the time, but pregnancy and childbirth is a serious thing. I take it seriously. That's why I don't have none. we are the gatekeepers, okay? If you don't want to have a baby, it's up to you and you alone to prevent that. Now, I know things happen, things break, things fail. But to me, if you don't do everything in your power to prevent a pregnancy, you're planning on having a baby. And that's just the end of it. So Kalani basically said that she cried for an entire day when she found out she was pregnant. Why? Why are you crying? This baby was planned and prayed for. Okay, amen. All right. But the child that I have, for which I have prayed. All right. I don't care if you didn't want him. Okay. You can tell me all day long, I didn't want to have another baby. I don't even know if I want to marry Asuelu. I didn't even know if we were ready. He doesn't even know how to raise a baby. You can tell me that all day long now. Okay, but when you lay your behind out, amen, with nothing, all right, are we preaching? Okay, are you hearing these words? With nothing, no barrier, amen, no barrier, nothing, no IUD, no pill, no patch, no implant, no condom, with nothing? And you get pregnant? Baby girl, that's on you. I mean, I know it's on him too. I really don't want to be misunderstood. I totally understand that Asuelu had a part to play in this. That Asuelu, told her he didn't want to use a condom because it's for slut people. He told, she was breastfeeding, so she didn't want to take a pill. She posted a long thing on Twitter because apparently people were saying mean things in her comments. I don't know exactly what. And I think it's too far to go reach out to her and tell her she did XYZ. That's not my business. I'm here to just recap the show, and I'm just going to talk about what I think and how I think what her decision was. I'm not about to write her or jump in her comments and say nothing. So if you're doing that, you're going too far. But it is on national TV, and I am going to talk about it. Okay. I get it that you were breastfeeding, you don't want to take anything. But at the end of the day, if it was that serious to you, okay, this man is slow. You'll see this man slow, okay? He comes from a big family. He likes kids. Having a baby to him is not a big deal. So if it's a big deal to you and you don't want it, then you should do everything in your physical power to prevent getting pregnant. You did not. So I do not have any sympathy for your tears now that you are pregnant, ma'am. That is the child for which you prayed, and the Lord granted your request, honey. That baby is yours. Welcome it into the world. Be happy about it because, baby, you planned it. I mean, whether it's planned or not, when you lay down with nothing, you planning. There are no accidents. There is no oops. You didn't prevent it. You chose to not be on birth control, lay down, have sex with your man unprotected, okay? She said in her post that she thought that he was going to pull out, and he didn't. What you think gonna happen, Kalani? Talking about, I counted the days and I thought we would be okay. And I thought that he was going to pull out, but he didn't. Well, you need to run your behind to CVS tomorrow morning and get a plan B. You see what I'm saying? If it's that important to you to where you're crying tears when you find out that you're pregnant. If I'm that scared to get pregnant, I'm going to do everything I possibly can to not. And if I have to sit my man down, sit his behind down, and tell him, listen, baby, I know that having a big family is important to you, but right now is not the best time. I got to get my IUD, but we got to wait. I'm breastfeeding, or I can't take anything right now, or whatever. I'm not on birth control. I know you think that condoms means that you're nasty, or that you're sleeping around, or that you have diseases. But listen, condoms do more than prevent diseases. Okay, they prevent pregnancies. And baby, I don't want to have a baby right now. So just for these few months or few weeks or however long until I get something to prevent me from getting pregnant, I'm gonna need you to put this condom on, baby. It doesn't mean that you're nasty or that we're doing anything foul. Okay, it's just to prevent a baby for right now. It's just temporary. If I have to sit down and tell my man that, I'm gonna sit down and tell my man that if it's important to me to not get pregnant. because I'm not going to leave it in a man's hands to be responsible for what goes on with my body. Okay. Am I my uterus's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my uterus's keeper? Yes, I am. Okay. I'm keeping this. I have to carry this. So I'm not going to leave it in his hands to pull out, to do what he has to do to not get me pregnant. No. I'm not getting pregnant. Okay. I'm the gatekeeper. I'm Heimdall. Okay. I control what goes in and up out of here. All right. So whether he's doing what he's supposed to do or not, I'm going to be on my game, and I'm going to do, and I understand things go wrong. Like, you can do everything possible and it still happens. I get that. But at the end of the day, if it does still happen, I'm going to be able to say I did everything I could to make it not. And the Lord had other plans for me, but Kalani didn't do that. Kalani did not do that. She did not do everything possible. She did not make Asuelu wear a condom. She was footloose and fancy free and got pregnant. So be happy. Like, I don't want to see you crying. I don't want to hear it. I don't have no sympathy for her. I congratulate her on her pregnancy. I hope her and Asuelu are doing great. But all that crying, talking about I was sad and whatever, girl, goodbye. That is the child for which you prayed, honey. I just, no, that's on you, Kalani. It ain't no he got me pregnant. No, you got pregnant. If you disagree with me, I'm sorry. But those are just my thoughts. It's a woman's body. And I feel like if you don't want to get pregnant, don't you dare leave it in some man's hands to not get you pregnant. Girl, you gonna leave it up to a man who can't even remember to pull out? I'm gonna leave it up to him? Do y'all see Asuelu? Asuelu is already slower than the average man, and the average man forgets to pull out. Ain't no way I'm leaving my body, my uterus, my future plans, my life in this man's hands. You know what? Is Kalani slow too? Because I'm starting to question her. Because after these last couple episodes, after seeing her with this man, and she got to be a little off to even be talking to him and even be like, well, he got me pregnant. She tried to twist it and make it seem like he wanted to seal the deal and make sure she got pregnant so they could get married. Asuelu was not thinking that deep, girl. Stop. I think something wrong with Kalani too. If you really think about it, Kalani doesn't do anything for herself. Notice she lived with her sister. She went from living with her sister to moving into her parents' house with her brother. Kalani has nothing that's her own. Kalani didn't have her own house, her own, I don't know what her job was. It was something she could quit easily. Is Kalani a little slow too? Do they both need their helmets on? I think Kalani and Asuelu both need helmets on at all times and a chaperone. Okay, helmets and chaperones prescribed for those two 24/7, 365. I'm questioning Kalani's judgment. I'm questioning her mental state. This man is slow. You see this man is slow, and yet you left it in his hands to not get you pregnant when you didn't want a baby. If you didn't want a baby that bad, then you should have done what should have been done to not have a baby. And I'm sorry if you disagree with this, but I feel like it's the woman's responsibility. And girl, congratulations on your baby that you planned and you prayed for. And the Lord granted your request, boo-boo. Because now he coming. Or she. The 1 hour 90-day live. I mean, there was Molly. First of all, Molly, you're looking snatched, girl. She was really promoting Livy Ray bras because she had her bra completely out. The dress was open. The bra was beautiful, though. I feel like her business makes a very nice bra and a very nice product. I don't care. She had some engagement ring on for her best friend. Girl, Molly, bye. Good luck to you. I'm glad you're not with Luis no more. We don't need to see you anymore. Goodbye. We had Ashley's 2 bridesmaids on there. Why did this girl have that dress on with that hole in the front? Like, did she think she looked cute? Are these girls, is that girl a stripper? She looked like a stripper. Then they had Jesse on there. Jesse was talking crazy as if he was loved by the community or something. Baby, Jesse, don't nobody like you. We can't stand you. He tried to make it seem like Darcy has wanted to talk to him. Jesse lies. I don't believe him. You know what? Darcy might be trying to talk to him, but you know what? For every call that Darcy has made to him, I believe that he has indulged her or probably called her back or talked to her or engaged with her in some kind of way. I don't believe anything that he says. He's a liar. He twists things to make himself look like he hasn't done anything wrong. So whatever. He had a tux on like he was on the red carpet or yeah. Michelle Collins, get your checks, boo-boo. I really could do without the 90-day lives, because I'm like, we already have to watch 2 hours and then it's another hour. It wasn't terribly done. I wasn't complaining, but it's just, I feel like it's my whole night once we get into that 3rd hour. So I feel like if they're gonna do the 90-day live, can we make the show an hour? Like do an hour of show, an hour of 90-day live. It's just too much. But yeah, that's it for this whole entire recap. Thank you guys so much for watching this recap. I really appreciate it. You have no idea how much it means to me every time you click on my videos and watch them. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to follow me on Twitter at NICHI_P_tweets for all my live tweets during the show as it airs in real time every Sunday night. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week in the recap. Bye.